The story consists of 3 interconnected parts and presented as notes belonging to Francis Wayland Thurston, a Boston resident investigating the ancient deity known as Cthulhu. In the first part, the plot unfolds around a mysterious clay bas-relief depicting the ancient deity Cthulhu. Thurston finds the bas-relief and the belongings of his great-uncle, Professor George Camo Angel. The bas-relief was created by sculptor Henry Wilcox in March 1925. He made it in a state of semi-sleep. At the time, Wilcox was haunted by mysterious visions of cyclopean cities. Similar nightmares were experienced by many residents during that period. Most of them were artists, sculptors, architects, and other people with sensitive psyches. The next morning, Wilcox was struck by his creation and took it to Professor Angel. It turned out that the bas-relief closely resembled a statue seized by the police from members of a religious cult in New Orleans in 1907. In the second part, police officer John LeGrasse tells a historical symposium in 1908 how he participated in the capture of a cult that worshipped Cthulhu. This was the cult from which the statue was seized. The actions of the cult were described as extremely depraved and blasphemous. Local residents feared the sect's orgies and claimed that human sacrifices were made at these orgies. A team of officers led by LeGrasse arrived at the scene in search of several missing squatters. The police captured many members of this cult, and the cult activities were halted. But the interrogations of the prisoners yielded few results. They turned out to be degenerated people with signs of insanity, stubbornly defending the truth of their cult. One of the cultists, called Old Castro, proclaimed that Cthulhu's time would come when the stars take a certain position. A phrase chanted by the sect turns out to have previously used by a tribe of Eskimos, as revealed by one of the symposium's participants. In the third part, Thurston continues his investigations. He learns of a Norwegian sailor, Johansen, who is the only survivor of his entire crew. Thurston finds his manuscripts recounting his last voyage. Johansen was second mate to the captain, together with 10 other sailors. He was on a voyage on the schooner named Emma. During a storm, the schooner went wildly off course and encountered the pirate yacht called Nimbo. The pirates demanded that the sailors turn back. They did not comply, and the pirates engaged the Emma's crew. Although the crew was victorious against the pirates, they were forced to abandon the damaged Emma and transfer to the pirates' yacht. During the fight, the captain and his first mate were killed, so Johansen took command. On the yacht, the sailors found a strange idol that was horrifying and disgusting. It was a statue of Cthulhu, much like the one seized from New Orleans cultists. The sailors continued their course and docked at the unknown island city, which turned out to be Liège. They were terrified of that place, but out of curiosity, they decided to explore it. The geometry of the island was unfamiliar, and it was impossible even to tell if the land and sea were horizontal. The team came upon a huge door, which began to appear not quite vertical. The crew tried unsuccessfully to open it, and then one of the sailors began to climb it up, trying to find a moving section. Suddenly the door began to open, and out came the stench and horror. The great Cthulhu appeared in the opening, awakened from his slumber. 2 of the 8 sailors died on the spot from fright. 3 more were raked by the monster's paw and swallowed. The other 3 began to flee. One of them caught in a corner of the building and seemed to get sucked in. The remaining 2 managed to get back to the yacht. But one of the sailors lost his mind from the horror he had endured and died a few days later. The only one who escaped with his life in mind, Johansen, started the yacht, but realized there was no time to pick up speed. Johansen turned the yacht around and rammed Cthulhu Cthulhu began to recover, the yacht had already sailed to a safe distance. A few days later, Horreur submerged back into the ocean, and the nightmares that had plagued humanity ceased. Thurston, after learning that Johansen died under unknown circumstances, speculated that his great-uncle, George Gamo Angel, died at the hands of Cthulhu's cult. He then fears that he has become the cult's new target, as he has learned too much, and he attempts to keep his mind off of Cthulhu's next coming.